In this video, I'm sharing how you can go to some of your favorite stores and check out all of their Christmas decor and then come home and make you a similar version on a budget. So make sure you stay tuned to see how I put together all of these DIYs. Before we get started, I do want to say I love Kirklands. I go there every year and pick out several things for my home. They have nice high quality items and they do run a lot of good sales, so you can wait for those, and then sometimes they do offer coupons. So just watch for those. But sometimes there are larger items that you really want and they just seem a little bit pricey, especially during this time of year when you're more focused on like buying for gifts. Sometimes it is hard to decorate your home with expensive items. So today I'm bringing you along and showing you some gorgeous items that they have in their store that I think would be really good to DIY. So this is the first thing that I picked out. It's this beautiful round centerpiece with the 3 candle holders and this round base, and I thought that this could easily be made with Dollar Tree items. So the first thing that I did was go to Dollar Tree and pick out this round tub. It was the perfect size. It just says handy tub on the bottom, but I got this where all of the little organization containers are, and I thought that this was the perfect shape. Now I'm not loving the blue plastic, obviously. I didn't have any like shiny bronze or rustic looking brown color. I just had this espresso color, which I still thought worked perfect as the base. And then I'm taking some of my black ink chalk paint and I'm going to kind of dry brush over this, and it gives it a gorgeous effect, and I think it looks so similar to the piece that I found in Kirklands. With just a few brush strokes on this, I think it completely transforms the way that it looks and adds a lot of dimension and texture to it, so I think that is really looking good. I think the actual one in Kirklands is a little bit darker, so you could go with like a black and then maybe brush the brown over the top, but to me I think this looks beautiful. It almost kind of has like a deep copper look to it, so I think it looks perfect for the rustic Christmas vibe that I'm kind of going for. So after I got my tub completely dried and dry brushed, I decided to use these, and I got so excited because Dollar Tree actually had the super tall ones. I thought I was going to have to build up one of the small ones to look like it stood a little bit taller, but this time when I went in Dollar Tree, they had it setting right there, so I got so excited. It was perfect for this project. So I'm going to be using 2 of the candle glass containers that are the same size and then 1 larger one, and these still needed built up a little bit, so I am going to be using some various sizes of the styrofoam from Dollar Tree and just kind of see how I like them. So I did rearrange them a little bit more so they are different sizes, like the one that was in the Kirklands store, so you can see these set perfect. I used some of those little cupcake shaped styrofoam pieces as well as one of the larger blocks. Now I know that the hot glue is not just going to hold it there perfect, but I just am trying to stabilize everything so I can decorate it and like all the glass won't be clinging back and forth. So I am adding a ton of hot glue just to make sure that everything can kind of stay in place. But since this is nicely tucked inside of this plastic tub, everything should be really safe and be able to be contained and like not knocked over or anything, so it should be really safe in here. So I go ahead and just hot glue all of my styrofoam down into the bottom of this plastic tub, and I accidentally start to glue down the glass, but I wanted to cover up all of this ugly green styrofoam because you will be able to look down inside of the glass container and see what's under it. So the best thing that I thought would work here is just to use some of this scrap burlap. I pick up these large rolls from Walmart, but I'm just going to cut down some little strips and cover up all of this little green styrofoam. I didn't let my paint set and cure for long enough. I was just trying to get this video filmed, and so I am kind of scratching it up a little bit, and it's kind of is a little bit tacky, so I don't recommend that. I would recommend letting it set overnight so it really adheres to the plastic. But I go ahead and put all of my glass containers on there. I remove the labels, and then like I say, I know this is not going to hold forever, but I'm just trying to tack it down so it will stay in place long enough for me to decorate it. So I go ahead and hot glue it all down so it will be ready to put all of my beautiful greenery around the sides. Because I don't want to use up all of my beautiful looking picks, I decided to fill up the bottom with some of this greenery. This will make it look fuller and look like I did use a lot more of my higher quality picks. So I go ahead and tuck that all down. I also feel like this is really securing everything. I used a piece that was big enough to kind of twist tie around those 3 jars so they kind of all stay in place and give it a little bit more stability. So I tuck all of that around, and then I can take my better quality picks. I actually picked these up at Walmart. I love these little picks. They have the greenery, the berries, and a pine cone, and this was just so easy. I just circled them around. I think I ended up using 5 of these picks, and it really filled it out beautifully. I originally thought that I would use Dollar Tree candles, but I only had one on hand. So I had picked these up last year at Christmas at Kohl's. You got like a 3-pack with the remote for around $10 or $15, I'm not sure, but they have these everywhere. I really think it is so much nicer to get these candles that have timers and on a remote. It's so easy to click the button and they all come on and stay on for several hours, and I love this birchwood finish. But I love how this project came together. I think it looks so similar to the original Kirklands product, and the original price was $60 and I made this for around $10 to $15. Make sure you let me know in the comments below, do you think it looks really similar or something else that you would have done different to this project? Moving on to the next DIY, I found this Merry Christmas that had the black and red buffalo check print in the back, and I loved it. I thought it looked so pretty. Although I don't want to overwhelm my house with the black and red buffalo check, I'm more leaning towards this gray and white, and I love this picture that I had found online. So I thought I would kind of mix the both together and see what I could create. This is definitely not a dupe of the Kirklands. This is just inspired by Kirklands, so I will definitely put my own spin on it. So I had this wooden farmhouse sign that I picked up at Hobby Lobby earlier this year when I did that Hobby Lobby clearance DIYs, and I never showed this on camera. I had painted it and just kind of freehanded it, and I did not like how this Home Sweet Home came together. So you can see that not all of my projects turned out perfect. I just thought that this didn't look really high quality or something that I would be proud to hang on my wall. So I didn't want this sign to go to waste. I paid about $6 for this sign, which is a really good deal for an already put together wooden sign. So the first thing that I do is just sand down all of that harsh black lettering or wording that I had painted on there. So I'm covering all of that up with some white chalk paint. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to try to add in some of my gray and white fabric to create the background. There are several ways that you could get the gray and white buffalo check on the background. One of them being you could paint that, and I have a tutorial that I'll link down below if you want to go check that out. But I didn't enjoy using so much painter's tape, and I feel like my lines kind of got a little bit fuzzy here and there. So I thought it would be fun to try to Mod Podge fabric. I haven't done this in several years, but I thought it sounded so fun. I had used this fabric in a recent video, but I had actually found it at Hobby Lobby, and it was only a few dollars for a yard of it, and I think that this project only took about half a yard. You'll definitely have to measure your sign for whatever you want to use it for, but I go ahead and just trim it down and try to get it to the perfect size that it will fit inside of that frame. After I get it all cut down, I just keep making sure that it is fitting really nicely. I do not want to get it too short or make sure that anything is too long. It does have these little spots in there because I kept accidentally getting paint on it, so that was left over on my table, so I had to kind of wipe that off with a baby wipe. I'm using some Mod Podge that I had left over. I had satin and gloss. I ended up using the gloss one just because the satin one I couldn't get the lid off at the time. So I just apply a ton of this Mod Podge on here, and then I'm going to lay my fabric down and try to pull the lines so they are as perfect as possible. I know whenever you are using a pattern like this that has such straight lines, you want to make sure that they are going as perfectly as possible. After I got it smoothed out, which I think it looked really nicely, it's not perfect, but I went ahead and just added a ton of Mod Podge on the top. I want there to be like a really thick layer, especially since I'm hanging this up on the wall, because I do want to be able to wipe it down a little bit and not damage anything. So I am just applying it super thick because I was able to just let this set for a very long time, several hours, and let everything just kind of harden and cure. I had forgotten how awesome it is to Mod Podge fabric. It gave it this nice hard finish. I did mess up a little bit. There was a little thread that got caught under there, which drives me crazy, but I will be covering that up, so no big deal. But even like scratching this just feels hard, like it has been painted on there. So this is so awesome and something that I do want to incorporate into more of my upcoming DIYs. So to decorate this, I wanted to go budget friendly, so I picked up a few things from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has these beautiful merry and bright words. I also had Let It Snow, but I had just used a Let It Snow on my recent DIY window video, so go check that out. I'm also going to be using one of these 8-inch little rings, wreath rings, so I can make a little wreath to hang from the top. So the first thing that I do is take my merry and bright little sign, and I want to give it the stained effect that I have been falling in love with recently. So I'm mixing some of my truffle brown chalk paint and some water just in an old jar lid, and I'm going to give this, make it look like it is stained wood. It's really cool is that you can control like how dark you want the stain, so I kept adding in some more so it did look a little bit more saturated, because if it's too watered down it's just a really light color. So I just keep going over this. Also, if you let this dry and apply more layers, it also appears darker and like more of a stained wood. So I love how it came together. I think this is beautiful, but I should have left it kind of like this because I think it's gorgeous, but I wanted to add a little bit of distressing and different colors in there. I also thought it might pop up a little bit more off of that fabric if I added some black around the edges, so I'm just dry brushing that around there, and then I take a piece of sandpaper and kind of distress it too, so some of the light color will also pop out. Now this turned out so perfect, exactly what I was imagining, so I'm going to move on to my wreath form. And these come in a 2-pack from Dollar Tree, so I'm just going to be using one of these, so that only cost me 50 cents and I'll get to save one for later. But I'm kind of doing the same thing, is I want to cover this with some of that garland to fill it in and cover that wire so I can add my picks on top and it won't take a ton more. This is just the cheapest way to kind of get it all covered up so it doesn't look cheap and let the wire show through. I didn't have enough of that garland left over to finish the whole thing, and I didn't want to open up a new pack, so I decided to use a few of these leftover little garland ties and just wrapped it around the remainder. I'm going to be filling this in and covering it over with some more high quality picks, so I knew you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, that it didn't match perfect. To make this look high quality, I'm using some of these green pine picks from Walmart. There's a couple different options, but I went with this one. I've been using this on several things lately too. I love it. I just think it looks so high quality. So I just pick off of the little branches and I'm going to hot glue those down. And I also end up adding some pine cones on there. It wasn't filming when I glued them down, but I had picked up pine cones from Dollar Tree, which worked perfect, and it makes everything look more like a woodland Christmas. I didn't like all of that little cheap garland sticking out the back, so I go ahead and just give it a haircut. I trim it down all over the edges and the inside, and I think this makes it look so nice being short like that. I completely made a mess, so you see me trying to clean it up. But here I did add the pine cones. I love them. I think they look so good. Dollar General also has some really cool small pine cones that I've been using lately, but you can pick those up anywhere. So I knew I wanted to add a bow, so I ended up just making a super simple little burlap bow out of the Dollar Tree normal ribbon, and then I had some of this little Walmart woodland looking ribbon, so I did make a little loop to add that on top. I love making these super simple bows where you just loop them over and tie them in the center, and then stacking them up looks so high quality. So now is the best part where I get to put everything together. I turn the wreath so that I can put that little bow at the top, and then I'm going to glue down everything with just some hot glue. I do use a ton because I am going to be hanging this up on the wall and I don't want anything falling off. So I love how this project came together. I think it's super simple, and I made this on a really cheap budget, and I think it really does look like the inspired 2 Kirklands pieces that I really liked, so I'm excited about that. The only thing is I don't feel like the Merry and Bright popped off of this fabric print as much as I would like, so if you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. I still love it and think it looks gorgeous, and I know it just looks like a big neutral piece that I don't mind that it's not just popping off of there. It's kind of a subtle piece, but let me know in the comments below if you had any suggestions. But I think this turned out gorgeous. I already have it hanging up, and it goes perfectly with all of my new Hobby Lobby finds that I found. I have a fireplace DIY decorate with me video coming up super soon, and I'm so excited to share with you all, and this piece goes perfect with it. So make sure, if you're not already, that you subscribe down below. I hope you really enjoyed these Kirklands inspired DIYs. If you did, let me know so I can definitely make some more. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!